The Harry Potter movies taught kids that words matter, that names have power, that choices stick. Which made it strange watching the woman who built that world and one of the kids who grew up inside it start throwing words around like nothing would happen. This didn't start as a feud. It started as a shared legacy that forgot how dangerous the internet is. Not over storylines, not over money, over pride, over public identity, over who refused to shut up first. Because once this went online, staying quiet stopped being a safe move. At first, the story sounds simple. The author says something controversial. The actress supports trans people. The internet lights itself on fire. Everyone picks a side. Everyone feels very sure of themselves. But that version skips the reckless part. This wasn't about disagreement. This was about two global names choosing to be loud at the same time. And then acting surprised when nobody let it go. J.K. Rowling didn't just write Harry Potter. She was Harry Potter. She went from broke single mom to billionaire author to someone whose opinions could derail a whole franchise in one afternoon. Her books didn't just sell, they raised kids, midnight releases, costumes, parents pretending they bought the books for their children. Rowling didn't just create a story, she created emotional ownership, which meant every sentence she typed landed harder than she probably liked, and posted anyway. Emma Watson entered that world at 9 years old, cast as Hermione Granger, the smartest person in every room, the character who usually told everyone else they were wrong. She grew up on camera. When the movies ended, she didn't fade out. She went to college, spoke at the UN, became known for feminism and social causes. Her public image was careful, measured, built with the knowledge that screenshots never die. For years, fans assumed they were aligned, creator and character, author and actress, same values, same direction. That assumption didn't last long. Rowling started tweeting more. At first, it was fine. Jokes, trivia, light commentary. Then, the tone changed. She began posting about sex and gender, questioning language, pushing back hard. No soft wording, no pauses, just long threads, sharp replies, then even longer blog posts. People noticed immediately and reacted just as fast. For a lot of fans, especially LGBTQ+ fans, it felt personal. Harry Potter had been a safe place, a story about outsiders finding family. So when the creator of that world questioned trans identity, the reaction wasn't calm, it was emotional. This is where the first reckless move happened. Rowling had choices. She could have paused. She could have logged off. She could have let the noise die down. She did none of that. She replied, then replied again, then explained the explanation. Tweets turned into threads. Threads turned into essays. Essays turned into "please read this carefully" posts. Each response pulled her deeper into the mess. This wasn't quiet belief. This was choosing the loudest room possible and being shocked it stayed loud. Momentum doesn't stop because it should. Emma Watson didn't jump in right away. When she did, it was simple. One short post. Support for trans people. Clear, direct, easy to screenshot. No names mentioned. No essays attached. That was it. By itself, it was mild. In context, it was a public split. Fans read it instantly. Hermione siding against the author, the student correcting the teacher, the child star choosing a different lane. Rowling saw it, and pride took over. Rowling responded, not gently. She suggested Watson was misguided, influenced. At one point, she called her ignorant of how ignorant she is, which is a sentence that never sounds good when written by a billionaire. Screenshots exploded. Headlines multiplied. The woman who wrote about empathy publicly lecturing one of her own stars on Twitter with zero chill. That line alone did real damage. Fans didn't just react, they split. Some defended Rowling's right to speak. Others said she betrayed the spirit of her own books. Watson became a symbol, not because she asked to, but because once this blew up, silence stopped being allowed. Rowling didn't slow down. She wrote a long essay explaining herself. Emotional, defensive, very detailed. Supporters called it brave. Critics called it exhausting. At no point did anyone say, maybe this doesn't need another post. The franchise felt it next. Harry Potter didn't disappear. Theme parks stayed open. Merch kept selling. Reunions were planned. But every mention came with tension. Can you love the story without loving the author? Can you separate the books from the person behind them? Studios hated this question. Ignore it and look complicit. Condemn Rowling and burn the foundation. So they did what corporations do best. They said nothing. Emma Watson didn't escalate. No threads, no essays, no back and forth. She stayed quiet, and that silence made the contrast painful. A billionaire author arguing non-stop. A former child actor saying almost nothing. The optics were not kind. Public opinion shifted. Rowling's image changed. Slowly, publicly. Book sales didn't collapse, but goodwill thinned. Libraries debated. Schools hesitated. Fans openly said they were done supporting anything new tied to her name. Watson's image hardened. To supporters, she looked calm and principled. To critics, maybe performative, but reckless? No. And in this story, that mattered. Rowling kept posting. Each post reopened the wound. Each interview restarted the cycle. The feud never cooled because nobody walked away. Here's a moment that needed no explanation. A billionaire author arguing with former child actors online while insisting she was the real victim. The internet did not find that convincing. Then came the reunion. When the Harry Potter reunion aired, Rowling barely appeared. Only old footage, no new interview. Fans noticed. That absence said more than any statement. That wasn't accidental. That was damage control. Rowling still owns Harry Potter. Legally, financially, creatively, but socially, something broke. Once fans decide the creator no longer matches the values of the story, authority slips fast. This stopped being personal. It became structural. Rowling couldn't reverse course without looking fake. Doubling down pushed more people away. The trap closed quietly. Emma Watson didn't need to win. She just needed to be on record. One post, still standing. Every time Rowling spoke again, Watson's words resurfaced. Short, unchanged, still doing the job. One woman typing thousands of words to explain herself. Another posting one sentence and moving on. The internet doesn't reward calm endings. It rewards friction. Harry Potter still exists. Kids still read it. Movies still stream. But the magic feels different. Every wand comes with baggage. Every quote needs context. The feud didn't destroy the world Rowling built. It cracked it. And once a shared story cracks in public, it never seals back the same way. This wasn't about magic. It was about pride meeting permanence. About refusing to back down. About choosing visibility over restraint. About learning, too late, that some words don't disappear. This is Rich and Reckless. Like and subscribe for more, and let us know what you want us to cover next.